don't misunderstand me. You're carrying a lot of weight right now, and I respect you for that. And you're trying to do the best you can. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate it, sir.
Sure.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Here we got animal
Thank
services.
Can't forget my guys now. And I know this one by, real quick. So animal services budget have requested first and foremost a part-time employee to cover for days off. They are a little bit overrun with all the tasks. There she is. Hi. Just to look at the prices real quick. Looks like my paperwork got off.
Well, it's just 2 people right now, correct?
Yes, it's currently just 2 people, 2 full-time employees.
No.
Which that part-time employee, the total cost would be $12,400. She also requested to insulate the shelter building. Because we got that free AC unit, there's no insulation out there where the AC unit is, so a lot of that's escaping. She is requesting and got an invoice quote for $9,917 to get that started.
Would that be a spray or be a regular installation?
I'll have her, did he answer the questions for you?
I think it's a spray.
Spray.
For that place, I bet you do. Because in that hell, they have to go beds by twice. Yeah, that's kind of wasted, I mean, if we get the free unit,
It's doable, it's actually very helpful. We just wanted to conserve energy. That would help cool everything off. Any further questions? Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
We got water coming on up.
Evening, Madam Mayor, esteemed council members. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time this evening to talk with you about some of the requests we'd like to have. The first one is well 3 repairs. The second one is the drainage assessment program. The third one is the Ackerman Sewer Project, Hickory Hill Drive Sewer. The fourth one is the Gaiety Sewer. The fifth one is the, I'm sorry, the fourth one is the Gaiety Sewer Lane Project. The fifth one is the rehabilitation of that. The sixth one is the generator. And the seventh one, last but not least, is fire hydrants. And I will speak to each one of those, and the prices are directly across from each one of those on the form that I hope you all have. It looks like this. It should be the first page, I believe.
It's the first page.
Oh, there's 2 different light blues.
He just read that.
Yeah, the first page.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
I guess I should have asked if everybody had that page before I proceeded, so my apologies.
Got it.
Okay, so are there any questions thus far, just at the initial glance of that? Okay, I'd like to proceed then on the opposite
I have
side.
a quick question.
Yes, sir, sir.
On this Ackerman sewer project, is this additional to the road?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do it at the same time.
Well, I know, but this is added on to this.
It is.
That's what
And so one of the things we talked about with the engineers is that best case scenario is to pay the full amount, which I think was like $750,000. Then there's like a minimum recommendation, like 400 and something thousand. The bare minimum work would be 150,000. But it would have to come out of the city budget, but it would be a joint bid with the Ackerman
Yeah,
project.
so what I'm asking, this wasn't added into the regular.
No, sir.
No.
We did not do any of this additional work until after the project had already been bid out.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I have a question. Is there sewer running under Ackerman now?
There is a
I
sewer
don't know,
line.
that's what I'm asking.
Yes, ma'am. There is a sewer main running down the length of Ackerman currently.
Okay,
On the east side.
and this is going to update that?
This is going to repair the minimum of the sewer main running down Ackerman and Gibbs Sprawl.
Some serious breaks.
And if you could just talk about how we got there, how we hired the televising.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because I came to the party a little bit late, ma'am, my apologies. I found out that we had not investigated any of our utilities at all for this particular road construction project. So I requested the city manager to allow me to investigate it. And so from her approval, we did. We hired an outside vendor to come in and run CCTV through the entire length of the road project known as Ackerman Road Project, as well as some of the ancillary lateral lines that tie into it. And in that, we found out that we had all these issues that are listed in the report that the engineer provided for us, like some of our manholes, and I believe it's the very last page. I'd have to go back and look, ma'am. It talks about all the different number of manholes and what they are, and the need of repair for each manhole, as well as the point repairs. I'm sorry, I don't locate it right now at this time, ma'am. When I come upon it, I'll show you, or I'll tell you now. So it's finding all of the manholes that are needing repairs, as well as the minimal amount of point repair that we can do. It's recommended to pipe burst the entire length of Akron Road, and that, as I recall, was approximately $750,000 to do that. The next thing below that, which I believe Ms. Monique talked about, was a $450,000 point partial pipe bursting for that project.
Slip lining, that one they said would be slip lining the entire length, but it would be 425.
Oh, 425, my apologies, ma'am, I said 450.
Slip lining the whole length.
You know, I just can't see putting this new road in and have to go right back in and dig it up,
Yeah.
you know?
The last time that we got looked at, Mike, was the last time they did that big road.
Yeah.
That's been 25
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, so the challenge with that is, we only have the X amount for the bond, which is gonna cover the street part, so that we would have to fund this strictly out of, the water fund. $750,000 out of the water fund, that's gonna be a wrap on the year.
But, you know, we're gonna pay eventually.
Well, you either pay it down, do it right, or have to dig it up later. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
The things that the CCTV company is back on the back of page 4. And it talks about, if you look at the top line, it says MH, pipe run, length, taps, point repair. And if you follow those down, those are the number of manhole, like manhole number 1, manhole number 10, manhole number 15, etc. And so there it speaks to the issues that they found with some of the things that they looked at. We'll look at the first manhole. They didn't seem to find anything wrong with that. The second manhole has severe damage. They need to perform point repairs, and they need to replace, drop the manhole. So they need to do some removing and then some new installation of a new manhole at that point for manhole number 2. And if you care to, we'll probably read all this to you, but you all can look at it if you want, so we can move further along if that's okay.
North to south or south to
Now,
north?
guys, excuse me real quick, our Facebook viewers are asking if you all will speak into the microphones because they're not able to hear the comments and questions at all.
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't.
Is that running the manholes north to south or south to north?
We are running the manholes. We actually started the CCTV program at the north, and we went south.
Because where the shift is down at the other end.
Yes, we also had one, as I recall, and I'm not going to go tell it was the worst one, was here at Headway. There was a slight, severe issue. So if that's all, then I'd like to move on to the second CIP, if we're good with that. And so if you'll turn the first page over, it's listed item number 1, and that is the repair to water tower number 3. It's also removing the sediment in the tower as well as the ground storage tank on Springfield. And there it gives you the total there for them to do this project. Now granted, please, this was produced earlier this year, and it's only good until, I think it was February of this year. And this is required by TCEQ.
Shouldn't they have performed this when they cleaned the water tower the last time we had it done?
Well, that was just what raised your opinion.
That was water tower number 2, ma'am. This is water tower number 3. And some of the additional work that is above and beyond just the cleaning of the tower and ground storage tank is the addition of an overflow pipe that has to be installed. Because the one that's up there is at the very top of the ground storage tank, and TCQ says it needs to go to the ground. And they actually have specifications, and if I tell you it's 18 inches off the ground, I might be mistaken, but it does have to come all the way to the ground. They have to paint it, they have to weld it to the tank. There's a lot of mobilization that they have to do in order to get all this equipment in there and painting and so on and so forth.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes, ma'am. Are there any other questions with respect to the,
Mike, where's this water tank located at on Springfield?
it's, I believe the legal address is 900 Springfield.
It's in the mobile home park.
It's
Oh.
It's on the corner of Feather Rock and
Okay,
Deer
I got you.
Grove,
I know
right
it.
in that back corner, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Way in the corner.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, so
I have a question about the Hickory Hill part. So that sewer is on the section of Hickory Hill that was not reconstructed?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And the reason that we want to do that pipe bursting there, the whole project needs to be done because we're going in there at least once a month, trying to clean it out. A lot of the laterals, and that's what's coming from the houses as well as the businesses back there, that go into the main, and they're sticking in the